guys? Passion here. A little burnt out on Elden Ring after 600 hours, so I decided I would play a little Assassin's Creed. I'm playing a crit build right now, and I'm loving it. It's a ton of fun. It makes Nightmare mode seem like easy mode. You're one and two shotting everything. You are a glass cannon, but it doesn't really matter because things don't live long enough to really hit you back. So let's take a look at the gear we're using. Now, this gear right here, this axe, this bow, and this gear here is gear that I purchased from the store. Now, that being said, you don't have to do that. This functions just fine with just regular gear that you find. This is the sword combo setup that I was using. I'll put a link in the description on how to get both of these swords. This one's a joke, it's so easy to get. So anyway, you're basically going to want to look for warrior damage, crit chance, crit damage, and then lastly fire or burning damage. So let's switch back to the one that I'm using. Okay, now I'll go over the engravings. This one, there are better engravings, but I just put the fire damage because it was the best one that I had, and you're going to want to always keep your weapons ignited anyway, so certainly not a wasted stat. Right here, this is why we are such a glass cannon, because our health is capped, and we could take about a hit sometimes, depending upon what hits you. You could take one hit, and then you're pretty much done for. But, like I said, you're doing so much damage that most things, with the exception of like bosses, you're going to kill them anyway in a couple of hits. Right here we have crit chance, some more crit chance. This also gives us a ton more damage, but glass cannon. This is great because you're always on full health or you're dead, so that's a very beneficial one. Crit chance and crit chance. Now, this is the build setup. I ran a bunch of tombs, so I've done a ton of tombs, so I have more ability points than if you just leveled from 1 to 50 and didn't do any of the tombs to get the extra ability points. That being said, your spear, you're going to want to get to 5 as soon as you can, because you're going to want to get your abilities to level 3, and you can only get them to 2 until you get the spear to level 5. So, bread and butter opener right here. If you don't have any adrenaline, you're going to want to use this to start off with, which also does a ton of damage in and of itself. If you're full of adrenaline, then you would open with this and then use this to build the adrenaline back up. These are right here. This is what you will use to ignite your weapon. This adds burning damage. That's why I said it wasn't a wasted stat on that one sword. This, like I said, when you do get hit, you can usually take one hit. This is a nice heal because it'll bring you back up, top you back off to full. Okay, that sucked. Alright, now, this right here is probably the best ability in the game. If you're trying to clear out a camp or a cave or whatever it may be, and the things just aren't cooperating to where you can pick them off one at a time, you leap in here with this and you can chain this together and kill 3 or 4 enemies. It just makes life very simple, and it looks really badass as well. This here, very, very nice because, obviously Assassin's Creed, when you're not seen, life is better than when you're seen, most times. This is really cool when you get it because you don't have to worry about moving bodies anymore. As long as you kill them without them noticing you, the body disappears. Another one that's a quality of life one that's enjoyable is this one right here. You cannot summon your trusty eagle when you're in a cave or indoors at all. So this is great because not only does it locate the baddies, but all that gear and loot that we want. Let's see. This is a really great ability. It's just a great ability overall, but it's really great early on. So this is the path I would start with when you're making this build to start off. And everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. Let's... is there anything else? No, I think that's it. So, anyway, I got a bunch of footage of this build in action, so if you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave it in the description. And if not, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will talk to you next time. Alright, later.